for a little more damage here from the Major Slash, and it just didn't work out.
The Tataru swapping out for Madrid as it enters the spot. Saku swapping out on Alvar's side, and Volcrane swapping in instead. The Valash with a Madness buff is going to get its special attack and special defense up. Calibus, knowing that it was going for that Greedy Madness buff, is going to get the Strangle off.
Yeah, and now we are in the situation again where he has to swap out the Valash because Stoneball would probably kill it. Yeah, and it happened.
The Valash swapping out for Markin LP, the Tataru swapping in, Volcrane swapping out, and Saku swapping in. The Madrid with Dust Vortex onto that Saku slot. Alvar with the Reed is going to be able to have the Saku tank that, the poison killing the Tataru, and the Madrid is now strangled. Now the Valash is back. Madness buff is up. It is not strangled.
And it won't be strangled. That's the good news as well, because strangle is already used on Madrid, so it is finally able to do something now. I actually really like the swap with the Tataru because it was dead anyway, and maybe would have eaten in a Stonewall, but Alvar also had a good read here and didn't Stonewall basically it.
Crystal Spikes onto the Calibus is going to free up this Madrid from the Strangle Madrid with the Mud Shower onto only going to do a little bit of damage. Irrushal onto the the Valash, but did that deal less than 3%?
That definitely didn't do anything, and without Calibus, no toxic ticks applied, so that didn't do anything for Alvar here. And now Markin actually still has a good chance here with the Valash on the field buffed to like still turn this game around.
Yeah, and this Valash right here, the Scavenger, we will see how Scavenger gets rolling as Madrid and Valash are on the field for Markin. 3 Tims to 3 Tims, 1 game up in Alvar's favor in this quarterfinal match. Valash with the Crystal Spikes onto Ukama. It deals so much damage. Madrid with the Dust Vortex onto the Ukama, but the Ukama's water, and it's going to be able to tank that really well. Ukama with the water cannon responding onto the Madrid. The Madrid just barely living that. Saku with a priority tornado onto the Madrid slot 2, and the Madrid is going to be out of the game as Saku's air specialist is going to be enough to kill him. But Saku overexerting to get that kill. Calibus swapping in. And this is what you hate to see. The air specialist Saku is the only thing that can keep this Calibus down right now. If the Calibus gets a water move off on the Volcrane on the back, it's out of here. If it gets a strangle onto the Saku's not doing anything. The Ukama with the turbo choreography, the Valash with a crystal dust is going to end that Ukama's life, and Calibus with the toxic ink onto the Saku, not even going for the strangle, saving its ability to get a water move off. But that turbo choreography, is it going to be enough to let the Saku outspeed this Valash? I'm speechless. I'm speechless, man.
I was really confused like 2 turns, like the turn before, why Madrid didn't use Crystal Dust on the Ukama, because I think that might have actually killed it. But still, Markin's now in a really good spot if his Calibus, if Valash is faster here and can kill Saku. Like, that's the big question. Who's gonna be faster? That could potentially turn that game into the player's direction.
Yeah, and I do want to mention, I'm pretty sure this Volcrane has Ninja Jutsu online, as most players who run Volcrane decide to run with Ninja Jutsu rather than Extinction. So we could see a surprise factor here, but it's really going to be on this this priority tornado versus priority crystal spikes from Valash, and the tornado goes first onto the Calibus. The air specialist is going to take it out. The Saku is down. Mark and LP with a ninja jutsu onto the Volcrane, but it's not going to do much against that physically defensive Volcrane. Volcrane with the ninja jutsu back onto the Lash as they tickle each other. Unfortunately, though, the Volcrane's got stamina. A Stone Ball mops up the Volcrane. And that is going to be game 2 going to Alver. And
Sirius going to Alver as well.
Yeah, and Alver moving on to the semifinals there. What a game, what a set.
Yeah, and like, I mean, unlucky, like, for Markin, his Ninja Jutsu was still slower than a Tornado from Saku. I guess the Ninja Jutsu was definitely meant for Saku and not for Volcrane. But since it's already died, it attacked the Volcrane, he overexerted completely, and yeah, from there on it was over. Because Saku was faster thanks to the turbo choreography.
Yeah, and that Ukama giving its life so that Saku could scratch the headband and clutch out the victory.
He died for the greater good.
Yes, and so we'll get to see Alver play more into this match. Looking at our next set of semifinals, it's going to be Fajik versus Alver. As we're still waiting on the other part of our bracket, both Uwakazi and Dumaga are playing their games with Uwakazi up 1 set, and Tide versus Kirzara still playing their game. I'm tuning in currently to the Tide versus Kirzara game, and I can provide like a little bit of commentary on that as we wait to see how the rest of these brackets are going to turn out.
I'm going to tune in there as well.
Yeah. And I just want to say shout out to everybody jumping